Hiya and good morning. It's morning here and I am still in my pajamas, got my baseball cap on, and I am so excited to share this recipe with you. You're gonna get a sweet little treat today, not just in what we've made, but also in this video. Guys, I've taken you behind the scenes on a sweet Amish farm in their kitchen, and Amelia, the mom, who is a really good friend of mine, she made this cornmeal mush with me. I had never heard of it, had no idea how to make it, so she made it with me. I brought it home. There's the pan right there. We let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, and she told me how to fix it this morning. So I'm so excited to share this with you. Many of you may have already heard of it. I had never heard of cornmeal mush in my whole life. Had never heard of it. I think you guys are really gonna love it. 3 simple ingredients, and they turn into the most amazing savory or sweet. You can serve it either way, and you'll see in the video how I did it, but you guys are gonna love it. Welcome back to the kitchen with Tabby. Let's get cooking. Hiya friends, it's okay, this is a working kitchen, it's all right. I am at my sweet friend Amelia's house, my Amish friend, and I am going to video her hands making some cornmeal mush, is that right? Okay, cornmeal mush. I'm so excited to share this with you guys, and she's told me that I can video just her hands showing us how to do it. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna get started. All right, this is the cornmeal, you guys. Now, this is corn that they grew, right? You grew this corn. Yep. They grew this corn, they dried it on their wood stove, and then they ground it up, and I wish you could smell it. This smells like no cornmeal I have ever smelled in my life. All right, let's get started. Here we go.
And I'll put it in 3 cups.
Okay, so she's making this for her family, guys, so she's got a big family. So she's putting 3 cups of the cornmeal in here.
Maybe I should put 4.
Okay, she's putting 4.
Yeah, I'm putting 4 in it. Sorry.
4 cups, that's okay.
And
to that, she's going to add...
I'm just going to add to it soupy.
Okay. And this is hot water?
Cold water.
Cold water. And she's going to mix it until it's soupy. Okay. Now, friends, Amelia is the same sweet friend that makes the bowl cozies and the kitchen scarves. Her and her daughter, Katie. So if you're getting a kitchen scarf, these are the sweet hands that made it for you. All right, she's just mixing it up. And do you add anything else? So it's just cornmeal and water?
Salt.
Oh, and a little salt.
Yeah, I got a little salt. Can you want to get some salt? Yeah. Makes it all the crumbs.
Can you see? I've got some little friends here watching me video Mom's hands. Do you guys want to put your hands in the video too?
The bottom.
You can stick your hands over there and let us see your hands too if you want. There's Andrew's hand and there's Ada's hand. Andrew and Ada, those are their 2 youngest. Ada, what grade are you in? First grade. And Andrew, what grade are you in? 5th grade. I don't know how that happened, Andrew. Just yesterday you were a baby.
I know. Here's some
All right, now
Himalayan
this looks
salt.
like, let me see that lid so I can show them the lid to that. What does that say? This is, oh, okay, so we've got Himalayan salt. Let me make that focus. There we go. We've got some Himalayan salt that she got at Timberview Country Store. Just the cornmeal and water smells delicious. And that is so pretty. Look at that color. Oh my goodness. I don't want to drop that spoon in there.
No.
I go messing around with it, I might mess it up. Mommy might pin my ears back.
Use a tablespoon of salt.
Okay, tablespoon of salt. Yes, pay attention, Tabby. So tablespoon of salt, 4 cups of the cornmeal, and just enough water to make it soupy.
See, the soup.
Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. All right, and now what are we gonna do?
We're gonna put this in the water.
Oh, we're gonna pour this into the,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so we have a pot of hot water. And now we're just gonna, oh, I'm sorry, I bumped you. We're gonna pour this right into the hot water. Look at that color. Oh my word. I always tell them, Amelia, you gotta scrape the bowl because you want to get all that goodness out.
Oh yeah.
Don't want to leave any of that in there. Especially not when you work so hard to grow that corn, right?
Right. And we just stir this the water was not quite boiling, but
Okay.
it was still hot.
Okay.
So we just have to stir it.
So it doesn't have to be boiling water, just very, very hot water.
I would do hot water.
Okay, okay.
And prefer boiling.
Okay, okay,
And you just have to stir it till it thickens.
okay. So it's going to kind of evaporate some of that water off and thicken up. And how long do you think that takes?
You probably have to cook it for about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, about an hour. And do you have to stir it the whole time you're cooking it?
No, just every once in a while you have to just come
Okay.
so it don't sit on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stick on the bottom. Kind of like a pudding or custard or something. Okay.
It put me so in mind of porridge, like
Oh.
the Three Bears made.
Yes,
Goldilocks came.
And you don't add any sugar or anything like that? This is a salty dish,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
But then you then I put it in a cake pan. Then you set it overnight in. You probably could put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Then that should be solid.
Okay.
Then you cut it
Oh, okay.
in little pieces about this big
Okay.
and fry it.
And then you fry it in just like some olive oil or avocado oil or something like that? Okay.
And maybe sprinkle a little flour on top of it so it won't,
Stick.
or
You mean before you put it in the oil?
So it fries better.
I see. Okay. So you just bread it kind of with some flour. Okay. Gotcha. Do you like cornmeal mush? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Andrew likes it. All right, well, we're going to keep stirring this up and let it cook until it cooks down. And then when we're ready to pour it into the pan, we'll come back and show it to you. But I'm curious, what's in that pan right there?
It's just milk soup.
Oh,
Yeah.
milk soup?
Yeah.
Yeah? What is that? What is milk soup?
We just make it for supper. We eat it for.
So just warmed up milk? Okay, so there's nothing in
Or
it.
you put something in it.
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
can put like tomato juice or mushroom.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I put fish in it.
Fish?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You know,
cool.
like the salmon, little.
Yeah. There's Andrew's hand. Look at this cool little fan they have, you guys. So this is on their wood stove, their cook stove, but this obviously is very, very hot.
It is.
And so they have this little fan here, and it blows that nice warm air and circulates it around the house, and it really helps get the rest of the house warm. Oh, there's Ada's hand. That's not as close to the fan as it looked like it was, you guys. All right, so she's gonna put some wood in the stove. Keep that burner nice and hot, right? Isn't that beautiful? Boy, that's pretty. I'm gonna back up so you can see this cook stove because this is really, it's called Pioneer Princess. Look at that, how pretty that is. That is so pretty.
Wow. Looks pretty in a picture.
It does. All right, well, we're gonna keep cooking away. When we're ready to take it to the next step, just like always, we won't do it without you. We'll be back. Hang tight, guys. All right, friends, it has been, what, maybe 10 minutes? Maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and you can see how it's getting a little thicker. So it may not even take a full hour. We'll let you know exactly how long it takes when we get to that point, but that's where we're at right now. And I wish you could smell it. It is the craziest thing to me that cornmeal, salt, and water is all that's in there, and it smells so good. It's crazy. All right, we'll be back. It's getting really thick now, guys. It looks really good. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. Andrew is showing me his little light here that he's using. Look at that. That is a nice light, Andrew. Look, I'm not getting you in it, I promise. But that is a really nice light. That is doing a real, oh, it's got two lights on it, doesn't it? Turn it this way so we can see. Oh yeah, that's two lights in there. Luxury LED, it says. Yeah, that's a nice light. Thank you, that helped a lot. It's starting to boil a little bit. Oh yeah, that light helps a lot, Andrew. Thank you.
It's getting thick.
Oh yeah. Sure smells good, doesn't it, Ada? Something so simple. All right, so we've pulled it off of that heat, you guys. And tell me what you're doing now, Amelia.
I'm just gonna put it back and just let it simmer for maybe another half an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
And just cover it up.
Okay. And so this part of the stove is not quite as hot.
No.
Okay.
It's
so
maybe
this
on
side,
low.
Oh, okay.
Kinda on
Okay.
low.
All right. So we went from very high heat to boiling over here to lower heat and just letting it just sit and simmer, covered up for about another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. After 30 minutes, we'll be back. It'll only be about a half a second for you, though. We'll be right back. All right. So it's probably been about 45 minutes total, don't you think?
so,
Okay. Oh, thank you, Andrew. That helps a lot. Look how beautiful that is. So it's just been sitting here on the stove, kind of on low heat, and she's just stirred it every now and then just to keep it from sticking to the bottom. And we let that simmer for about 45 minutes or so while we were having dinner. And now we are going to finish it up. I'm excited. Are you excited? Yeah? I got a lot of heads shaking around me. We just had the most amazing milk soup, you guys. It was so good. I'll tell you about it later. And we had, what are they called, Pete, that you made? Oh, no. Reese's peanut butter bars. Yes, they shared the recipe with me for that, so we're going to share that with you guys later. All right, look at that. It almost reminds me, I was telling Amelia, it reminds me of grits or cream of wheat or something like that in the texture of it. You can see how nice and thick it is. All right, here we go. We're going to pour it into the pan. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Put a little in here for doing Tabby.
So I'm going to get to take this pan home with me. Now explain to me what I need to do with that when I get home, Amelia.
Okay. Scrape this out and I'll... I'm sorry, but my glasses.
Oh, your glasses fogged up. Mine do the same thing when I'm cooking. That made a lot, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that looks good. Andrew, you're doing great with that light. Thank you so much.
Okay, when you get home, you just put this in the cold.
Just in the refrigerator? Okay.
Then tomorrow morning, or whenever you want to eat it, just slice this. I could show you like how the slices should be, like this.
Oh, okay. Like little slices of bread almost, or about as thick as a slice of bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then just fry it in a pan.
Bread it with some flour, and then fry it in some avocado oil or
Well, yeah.
whatever oil you want. Okay. Until it's just nice and golden.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's already cooked, so we're not trying to cook it when we fry it. We're just
you
toasting
just want to
it,
fry it.
crisping it, I guess.
Crispy, yeah, fry it.
Okay. All right, and this is their pan that they're going to keep here for their family. Look at that beautiful steam coming off of it. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you see the steam, Ada? Oh, that's so pretty. All right, I am so excited. All right, guys, so this is going to go in the refrigerator. Tomorrow when I take it out and fry it up, I'll come back and we'll do it together. I'll see you in the morning for me, but in about a half a second for you. Good morning, friends. Okay, keeping it real. I'm still in my pajamas, but I couldn't wait to do this cornmeal mush. So this is what it looks like. I cut it into some little slices, came right out of the pan, and I'm going to show you. There's what it looks like in the pan. It's kind of hard to see in the pan, but it's kind of a spongy consistency, I guess I would say, and it's dense. But it smells really good, so we're gonna fry it up. I've got my butter here to put on it afterwards, and then, let's see, I'm gonna set this over here. So I've got my butter to put on it afterwards, and I also sliced some of that really good Black Creek cheddar cheese with the notes of Parmesan because someone on the live suggested that I put cheese on it. So we're gonna try it with a little bit of cheese, and then I'm probably gonna try a little bit of it with a little bit of maple syrup too, because a lot of you said maple syrup, or syrup on top. So I'm gonna try it both ways, savory and sweet, and see which way I like it the best. So first we're going to get our oil heated up. Now in my pan here, I'm guessing, because I didn't really ask her how much oil, but I put about 1/3 of a cup of avocado oil. This is the avocado oil that I use. It's just the Chosen Foods, and it's 100% pure avocado oil, naturally refined, neutral taste, and 500-degree smoke point, which is why I love avocado, because you can get it really hot and you've got a really high heat point, or high smoke point. All right, so I'm gonna get this warmed up, and when we're ready to get it in the pan, I'll come back and we'll do it together. All right, I think our oil is ready. So I'm going to take our little slices of the cornmeal mush, and we're just gonna roll it in this flour, just coat it on all sides. And then I'm gonna drop it in the oil. And she said just to fry it until they were nice and golden and crispy. So she didn't give me a set time. It's just kind of, I guess, however crispy you want it. I've got my oil on about 6, so kind of a low, medium, high. Medium high technically, but it's a low side of medium high. And I'm gonna let this fry for a couple minutes probably on each side. I want them pretty crispy. And I might even stand them up on their ends and get the, you know, the edges. I might get the edges kind of fried up as well. Thinking the key to this is going to be eating it while it's still hot. I think that's when it's going to be the very best. So we're going to get these out here in just about another minute. I think that was just the right amount of oil too. So about 1/3 of a cup is what I put in there. You just want the bottom of your pan to be covered. It doesn't have to be 1 inch deep or anything, but just cover the bottom of your pan. I think that's probably the perfect amount, or at least it was for my skillet. You know, one of the things I love most about spending time with you is I don't feel like I have to be all dressed up and fancy with my full face of makeup on. I don't wear much makeup anyway, but it just is nice to know that I can just hang out with you like a friend in my pajamas and my baseball cap, and you still love me. All right, I think we are there. Let's just check the other side. Turn my fan off here. We're gonna get these out, and then I'll bring them up there closer so you can see them. All right, I came over here closer to the light so you can see. I think you can see, look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. And it smells so good, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right, I've already got my plate here. I'm pretty excited. Let me pull our cheese over here. This is, like I said, this is that Black Creek cheddar cheese with notes of Parmesan. And I got it at Walmart. If you guys haven't found it yet, or if you're Walmart, one of my followers, Vanessa, said that her Walmart didn't have it. So make sure you go to customer service and ask them to get it for you. If one Walmart carries it, all Walmarts should carry it. So that's my theory. The world according to Tabby. All right, so let's get a little piece here. I'm gonna cut it in half so we can do half with the cheese and half with the syrup. We'll do the cheese first. Oh, I gotta put butter. A little bit of butter, they said. So put a little bit of butter on here. I'll go ahead and put the butter on this side too. You guys tell me if I'm doing it wrong. So I'll know next time. I've got plenty here. I think I'm gonna freeze some of this and I'll see how it freezes. All right, oh, that butter's melting so nicely on top. Look at that. And this is that amazing Kerrygold butter. If you guys have not tried it yet, I encourage you to give it a try. It's from Ireland. You get it at Walmart, and it is so creamy and rich and yellow. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful butter. Now we're gonna put a little cheese on it. Just like that. There it is. The cheesy one anyway. We'll do the maple syrup in just a second, but there's the one with the cheese and the butter. So let's give it a try. Thank you, Lord, for this cornmeal mush, and for Amelia for sharing the recipe with me, and for all of you for the suggestion of the cheese and the syrup. Here we go. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. How can something so simple taste so delicious? 3 ingredients, you guys: cornmeal, water, and salt. That's it. It can't get any more natural than that. A little bit of really good butter, a little bit of some really good cheese. My goodness. It's crunchy on the outside. It's got that nice little crisp crunchy on the outside, but the inside has turned to mush. It is just a very soft texture of a creamy grits or cream of wheat or something like that. It's along those lines of that consistency, but the flavor is over the moon. I'm gonna finish this bite. Well, that was a little bit of heaven. I can't wait to taste it with the syrup. Here we go. This is my homemade maple syrup. See that? Isn't that beautiful? That's like liquid gold right there. My sweet Amish friends made that from sap from their own maple trees. I'm just gonna pour a little bit on there. And there it is. I love everything sweet, so I think I'm gonna love this. And I love the consistency of this, the texture of it. All right, here we go. Thank you, Lord, for this cornmeal mush, for Amelia for the recipe, and for my sweet, sweet Ruth for making the maple syrup. Oh my goodness. You guys, thank you so much for this suggestion. I love it both ways, but I really love it with the syrup. That is incredible. I never would have thought to put syrup on there. That truly is a little bit of heaven, you guys. Let me get a little sip of my coffee. I used maple syrup in my coffee this morning too. It's so good. All right, that is it for this simple recipe that my sweet Amish friend gave me. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out with me in my pajamas while I make this little cornmeal mush delicacy. I'm gonna call it a delicacy. I'd never had it. You guys know I'd never even heard of it before. One of my followers said she was surprised because I'm from Indiana that I'd never heard of it, but I think it's because my mom was from Florida and my dad is Hungarian. They moved here to Indiana when my mom was pregnant with me, and so maybe they'd never heard of it. I don't know, but she never made it for us. I'd never heard of it before. I'm sure glad I know about it now. I was today years old when I discovered how delicious cornmeal mush is. All right, guys, well, that's it for today's recipe. I sure hope you enjoyed the video. I know how sweet, sweet, sweet those Amish kids are, and that family is just precious. And I hope you enjoyed just a little bit of an insight into their life and how they make things on the wood stove. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your family and friends. That blesses me, but it also blesses other people and encourages them to just get in the kitchen and have some fun. And maybe go make a friend with someone who's Amish. You never know. They will absolutely invite you in and share their life with you, and it's the sweetest experience ever. All right, friends, I love you so much, but God loves you even more than I do. Please don't forget that. Also, don't forget, He is the unseen guest at every dinner table and the silent listener at every conversation. So just make sure those words coming out of your mouth are pure and sweet like honey, that you're lifting each other up, edifying and loving on each other, and just shining that light bright, because that's what we're called to do. I hope you get in the kitchen and make yourself some cornmeal mush today or something. Just make something and have some fun, make a memory, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.